What's up, everybody? I'm Matrix Inc. On this episode of Ship Talk, we're going to be going over the Drake Clipper, a very new ship just brought out during this IAE, and I'm super excited for it. I know a lot of people are kind of like hating on how ugly it is. I personally really like it. I love everything Drake, so we're going to check it out on the website. We're going to check it out on the IAE floor. We're going to take it back to the hangar. We're going to go and do like ship combat stuff with it and just kind of goof off and like see how it flies. I'm really impressed with it so far from what I've seen, but we're gonna go to a more detailed look and like check everything out. And I'm really excited for this one. So, let's just get right into it. All right. So I found myself on the website here and just looking over at a quick glance, we have where it says a solo playable ship built for lone habitation. Multi-purpose ship houses a hab, medbed, cargo hold, missiles, and a fabrication area. Generalist vehicles embrace a broader and more versatile experience for their crew, offering varied gameplay in place of specialized purpose-driven design. So basically what they're getting at is it's a jack of all trades, master of none. Looks to be 26.5 meters in length, 21 meter height, which is pretty impressive, 18 meter width with a 205 meter speed. So this is the part that impresses me. I didn't actually expect this part, was that it has 4 size 3 weapons, a variety of missiles. It has 12 SCU of cargo, so that's going to be a big number for people that are kind of interested in what kind of does for cargo capabilities and hauling and whatnot. So 12 SCU, not a lot to be desired there, but pretty cool little ship. I love the hologram of it with the wings extended out. You got the one small wing, the bigger wing on the right side. So pretty cool. Let's go see it on the showroom of IAE. All right, guys, I found my way over to Hall 3 where everything Drake is located, and we have the Drake Clipper in the back. It's rocking the Regatta paint, which is a limited time paint. So if you're looking at possibly buying the war bond on the Clipper or just buying the ship outright, eventually maybe you might want to try to at least get the paint now. That way you don't miss out, because it's a very cool looking paint. So we also have the Drake Golem over here that we're going to be checking out in a different episode of Ship Talk. We're going to go over here and check it out on the showroom, do like a little bit of a walk around on it, kind of see how it looks in the showroom here. I love the hype that the Aerospace Expo brings, so always like looking at all the ships on the showroom when we can. I love how it looks. I know some people don't really like it just because of how tall it is, but to me, I really like it. So get another glance from over here. We're actually going to check it out in the interior when we're in the hangar. So we'll do a walkthrough. That way we're not fighting other players and trying to look at it, and maybe all the doors of like components will be shut and stuff. So we can check out all that stuff on our own. So hey, let's go rent this thing and see what it looks like. All right, guys, so I've got the Clipper out here in the middle of the hangar, and I've also got the 2 Golem variants, and then we have the 2 Wolf variants over here, and you're going to be seeing both of these also on a different episode, so I'm not sure which one comes first, but definitely be on the lookout. We're going to actually go check out the Clipper now. I've got the elevator and the ramp pulled down. This one will the elevator will take you to the floor right below the pilot, but we're going to go up here to the cargo area. Remember, this holds 12 SCU, preferably single boxes, but you can get 2 SCU boxes in here, but anything more than that is really not ideal. I really like the industrial feel, like always brings with Drake. You have like the exposed tubing and the wiring and all the components and stuff, and it kind of brings on this like own vibe. So very cool. We're gonna come on up. As you can see like the rear boosters, which I think that's a really cool like turbine feel that it really offers, which is really cool. We have, looks like to be components. You come up through here. We have the med bay. Definitely doesn't look the cleanest, but it definitely is better than nothing kind of approach. You have the fire extinguisher that'll eventually be there. Come through here. This is where the crafting station will be, which is pretty exciting in itself, because I feel like if they're releasing a ship that has this here, that maybe it's going to be coming pretty soon. So they did talk about that in the CitizenCon Direct, and hopefully in 2026 we actually see some kind of form of crafting and whatnot. Come up this way. Remember, this is where the elevator would take us, but you got to come up here for the pilot. You have the gun rack. It looks like a suit locker. All very, very cool. All looks really good. More of that tubing that kind of goes around. You see like the steam coming off the piping and stuff. So all very cool. Come on up. You have 2 seats here for if you have any buddies that want to ride with you. The 1 pilot seat, more components. And then you have like your own little like bunkhouse here. So you have your little kitchen set up. You have a table. Get your own little bed. And then you have what should be engineering. Okay, so really like that. You got your terminal, all the components and stuff. Looks like you have an option for some kind of box there. I love that they introduced this with the turbine. Actually, like, definitely brings a pretty cool vibe to it. Looks like another component there. All pretty cool. So I actually need to go to Grimhex to find the Shiv. So I think we might give this a go flying it. But we actually are going to put it to combat. So you're going to see me take off, and then we'll go to try to get to where we can jump. We'll jump to Grimhex. Probably land there, and then we'll check out the Shiv in that video. Powered on, engines on. Let's do a quick look around right here. All looks really, really good. Love that. They should be able to put the wings out, but I gotta actually have the landing gear up. So let's go up a little bit. Landing gear up. We'll fold out the wings, and you see how that larger wing extends out like it does. So all really, really cool. I know a lot of people aren't really crazy about the height of it, but honestly, that doesn't hurt my feelings. The only thing that I would have changed on this whole thing is if they would have made like a second wing, like even if we did like a second small wing, kind of like that classic Corsair feel. I think would have made it much better, but all really, really cool. Love the like different size boosters you have. You have like the 2 large ones, then you have like a medium sized over to the right, and then 2 small over here. So really, really, really like how that is. All right, so let's call to leave here. And take off an atmosphere and stuff. So are leaving the hangar, and it's actually daylight out, surprisingly. It's usually always dark when I try to leave this place. So let's just, for the heck of it, see just how fast we can leave atmosphere here. Standard pips. I'm going a little slow. I'm not really crazy about how fast that is, but not too bad in the same sense. All right, remember, we're going to be going to Grimhex, okay? So going to Grimhex, I've got to go find the Shiv, the gray market Shiv. So hopefully we can go find that. We won't actually see the Shiv on stream here, but at least get me there. We'll fly and land at Grimhex. And then probably after that, after I get the Shiv rented, we'll go do some combat with this thing. I'm kind of interested to see the 4 size 3s in action. So all right, I'm gonna go route it, and then we'll do that. Alrighty, we're gonna be making our last jump over to Grimhex, so hopefully we can stay out of some trouble here. I'm always kind of nervous showing up here. You never know what you're gonna expect, so it doesn't seem as dangerous as it used to be, but you just never know. I'm gonna take my, go ahead and quantum off, kind of coast in. Doesn't look like I see anybody really, anything happening here. Grimhex is definitely a very cool place to go, so all looks really, really good. And should be able to call a place now. Alrighty. Not too bad, guys. Looks like we're gonna be alright. Let's go ahead and put landing gear up.
Landing gear down.
We made it. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna go inside and go find the gray market shiv, and we'll be back and we'll go do some combat real quick. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so just to give you guys a glimpse real quick, you have the gray market shiv in its own hangar here at Grimhex. All you gotta do is get in the hangar from your where you land, takes you right to it, and you have the shiv right here. All the tables around here, and kind of puts on this like own big event for the gray market. So it's kind of exciting because with this being the first ever gray market ship, that I'm really excited for, like just how big this event, kind of like Drake Day, can possibly be. So kind of cool that they actually took the time to do this for one ship. Pretty neat. All right, back to the Clipper. Alrighty, guys, so gotta check out the shiv. So that'll be another episode you need to be on the lookout for. Really, I'm pretty excited to be flying that one, so should be good. Should be much better than what this does in combat. I hear it's pretty good, so let's go and do combat of our own right now. All right, so I have found a low risk target, so I'm gonna at least give this one a chance to trying to learn it, but we'll get into a moderate and then we'll just keep going until we either complete the high risk or we just end up dying. So we're gonna make the jump and we should be there pretty shortly. All right, so guys, we're pulling up. I'm gonna actually quantum down. We need to probably put a little bit more power to our pips here. So take power off coolers, go more guns. Actually takes only 3, and 4 to shields, go all to engines, and only do 3 to guns. All right, so we'll have 2 extra. So 2 are ballistics and 2 are cannons. Going to the stash house on Cellin to find the target. All right, we're looking for Doc, our low risk target. So it should be something pretty simple. Shouldn't give us too much trouble. Where you at, Doc? Might have to wait for him to show up over here. Got a white chevron over in the distance. Looks like Corsair, so definitely not him there. All right, so the first mission was bugged out. Target wasn't actually there, so we've actually went to another one, another low risk, and we're actually out here in the asteroid belt. So hopefully this guy actually shows up this time. We start to get a feel for how this thing flies and does in combat. Hey, there we go. Finally have a target. We have 2 bogeys. We have one as a Titan, and the other is looks like to be a cutter. So should be able to make quick work of these guys. All right, so cutter's destroyed. We have to find our target now. He's right here on us now, so we have the Titan take advantage of. Definitely hitting really good there. Hit a lot of those shots. Oh yeah, made quick work of the Titan. So far so good. Let's I don't think we'd handle very well in the high risk, but we'll at least do the moderate risk real quick and see how that does. All right, so we're rolling up to the next one. Remember, this is a moderate risk. We're taking on Omar Spadaro, another asteroid belt one. So looks like we have at least 2 bogeys here. Lost them. Getting too far from me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Those showed up on me real fast. We're dead. Well, all right, guys, so we're on take 2. Let's try to avoid the asteroids this time. So we are looking for Slim. We're on the moderate risk target. We're not going to bother with the high risk because I think that would be just absolutely overkill. But maybe if we get out here and we find this guy, I'll try to like go up a little higher out of this asteroid belt so I don't have to worry about hitting a rock here. We're just going to try to do it safely. All right, looks to be a Gladius, it looks like. Need to change my power to my pips real quick. Shields.
Curtis? Is he dead?
All right, so take 3. I'm headed back to the mission. I'm one last jump. I've got everything powered up to the pips this time. That was my fault. We'll make this one last jump. If it doesn't work out, we're just gonna call it. If it just wasn't meant to be to finish this moderate risk target, so make this jump, and then it's gonna have to make me go over this way. All right, so I have the target. Looks like the Gladius that took me out. We're up above the asteroid belt this time, so hopefully it comes up to me. We can avoid getting hit by any of those rocks. See if we can lock on, send some missiles his way. Almost had his shields down. The other guy's on us now. We gotta make quick work of this Gladius if we're gonna have any luck. Shields are down right now, so I'm actually gonna do a kind of a tuck and run. Come back, shields are coming back. Got the Gladius in their sights. He's just so much quicker than us. Or actually, that's a it's the arrow. Oh, it's a saber. My bad, saber. Let's get our shields down. Got the tuck and run. We got a missile inbound. Did hit the flares in time. He's hurting. His shields are down. Not sure if I want to be in a toe-to-toe with this guy though. If we can get the saber, we're gonna be okay. Alright, good deal. Saber's down. And we have the Gladius left. Hey, we did it. I actually was kind of skeptical there. So if you don't hit asteroids and you actually power your pips up right and actually try to fly right, you can do the moderate risk and the clipper. So let's take this thing back to the hangar and we can talk this thing over. All right, so I've made my way back to Orison. We've landed. I'm actually in the engineering terminal. I'm checking out this little trap door I forgot to mention. You got the door that opens up, closes. If you need to replace any of these components, you can just shove them right through there and it'll actually go right into the cargo bay. So kind of cool way to make that happen for the components. All right, guys, so we went over everything Drake Clipper. Very, very cool ship. I really do like it. It's just ugly enough to love it. So I don't know personally if it's going to be added to my fleet. It's not really something I go after. But overall, really, really cool ship. I love everything Drake. WCIG for giving us this one. I always like different variety, and this definitely gives you something where you can like go out and kind of explore by yourself. With the med bay, you're gonna have your crafting bench, small amount of cargo, nothing too crazy, but overall, really cool ship. It gets a lot of hate for just how ugly it is, but I think it's just cool enough. So, WCIG. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you check out our Discords, check out the Twitch channels. We're always doing giveaways on the 24/7 and the main channel. So if you haven't seen, we do a lot of different ship giveaways, and you definitely want to check those out. So we actually use this as a VOD for the 24/7 channel, and I don't want to go too crazy into what we're giving away, but you definitely want to find us there. And if you're new to Star Citizen, definitely use that referral code in my description. All right. So thanks everybody. Peace out.